This chart plots viewer retention. With another video just one tap away, most creators lose half their audience before the 10-second mark. But this second line shows how pure sensory overload fights that drop. Explosions and crashes force the retention line to stay flat. Then, at the peak of that noise, the video cuts to total silence. This pattern interrupt clears the viewer's palate for the actual premise. The pacing shifts immediately. A slow camera push and a ticking clock set the stage, while the narrator defines the win and loss conditions. Survive 24 hours or the challenge ends. These opening 25 seconds establish a psychological contract. By defining the rules and the stakes so clearly, the creator turns a casual viewer into an invested participant in a high-stakes timeline. The video then feeds that timeline with a steady ramp of tension. The player moves rapidly from a simple car theft to a 5-star mountain pursuit, ensuring the scale of the threat never plateaus. When a helicopter appears, the video uses a freeze frame and bold on-screen text. This choice forces the viewer to pause and acknowledge that the situation has become significantly more dangerous. The chase reaches its peak with a cinematic cliff jump. The creator isolates the car in slow motion, stretching out the moment of impact to maximize the visual stakes. During the fall, the music cuts out entirely. Replacing the soundtrack with the raw sound of rushing wind makes the eventual crash feel much heavier and more consequential. This relentless escalation is what keeps a viewer hooked, but staying at this maximum volume for too long eventually leads to fatigue. To keep people watching, the video has to change its tone. To reset the viewer's attention, the creator shifts the genre. As the car enters an underground tunnel, the loud background music is removed instantly. The audio is now limited to distant, muffled sirens. This quiet environment gives the audience a brief, artificial sense of security after the chaos of the mountain. That security is broken when the exits are blocked. This schematic shows the player caught in the center, while a heartbeat track is introduced to drive up the viewer's heart rate. After the player crashes through the blockade, they are forced to continue on foot. The health bar on the HUD is almost empty, removing the player's last remaining sense of safety. The final sequence takes place inside a building, where the music is replaced by whispering and the sound of isolated footsteps. This forces the viewer to lean in and focus on the smallest details to see if the player survives. By moving from high-speed action to quiet survival, the creator resets the viewer's baseline. This allows them to rebuild tension from scratch without the audience becoming bored or overwhelmed. The search eventually ends. The wanted stars disappear, and a triumphant victory track plays as the player heads toward the exit. With the stars gone, the tension built over the last 5 minutes finally breaks. The viewer can finally relax. But the video immediately subverts that relief. The moment the player walks outside, they are hit and killed by a random speeding car. The video ends on a freeze-frame scoreboard showing the final tally: GTA 5, 1, me, 0. This punchline serves as a final release for the audience's remaining energy. This sudden comedic failure rewards the viewer for their time. It ensures the story ends on an unexpected spike of interest, rather than a slow, predictable fade-out. In the final 15 seconds, there is no traditional outro. The video doesn't stop to ask for likes or explain what happened. Instead, it launches into a rapid montage of tanks and military bases. While the viewer is still reacting to the previous joke, the narrator is already introducing the next, more difficult challenge. This flowchart illustrates the goal. The creator takes the viewer's remaining adrenaline and funnels it directly into the subscribe button and the next video thumbnail. Highly successful gaming content isn't just a recording of play. It is a sequence of deliberate audio and visual triggers designed to capture and redirect human attention at every second.